Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I hope that you'll watch all of these so that you can see some solutions perhaps, and there's also a troubleshooting video that should be uploaded this week, maybe yesterday, maybe today, on how you can make some fixes and things like that. It will be under your week 3 live recording, all right? All right, I'm going to jump in and look at these as a first-time user. It's not the first time I've seen them, but I want you to get an idea of, how somebody is navigating your site for the first time, how that user experience is going. And yeah, a lot of what we may be talking about today may involve deleting things. It's easy to add apps and different features to your website, but I ask that you do that after the class is over. And really what you want to do is make sure that there is nothing that is incomplete. You want to showcase your work, and we're showing you the best way to do that. All right. Okay, Missy. Right away when I look, I see that there are things that need to be removed. Okay, as a site visitor, I'm confused by the experience, what that means. Remember, these have to be really clear and intuitive about what something is. Client galleries, I can understand that. Contact goes last. Book online, I get a little nervous because as a teacher, because I'm not sure that that's going to be completed. Not yet available. So hide this page. Okay, if you've put things in here, I'm not sure if this is yours or not, but hide that page. The problem that you'll find also is next week when we go to work on accessibility and making sure that all your images have alternative text and everything has the right contrast, and the system's going to take you through, Wix will take you through a checklist. You will have to go through a lot more work to make sure that everything is accessible to people. So there are a lot of reasons to keep it simple, but most of all, we want to be able to showcase just your work. That's what it's for. Let's remove the shopping cart. Okay, just select it, delete it. Let's see how your about is. Okay, a little big requires a lot of scrolling to get through it, and I feel like I've seen this somewhere else. Let's see. Okay. We want to make sure warm welcoming photography studio. Okay, make sure that any buttons are clear, have plenty of padding. But the thing here is make sure that you use a Google Voice, a free Google Voice. All right. Left align this with all of this. Okay, good. Good. Okay. The only thing is we just have a lot of scrolling. And you probably don't even need to say view, but if you do, maybe it's up here, but you could say newborn album, and people would know. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So your heading is usually going to be larger than your text. So I would definitely reduce the size of this text and left align it. Avoid tiling images. Okay. They only want to see one. So this is good, and really this is all you need for your about. Okay. This is just a lot for people to go through. You want them to get the idea, but not so much scrolling to find out about what you're doing. Okay, we skipped over all of this, and let's see. We need to have descriptions for everything. Okay. So reach out to me and let me know. Okay, so this feels like one of your photos for sure. And got a few different styles going on. Okay, so here are your client galleries. Okay, so let's look at these. Okay, we're on Wix Studio. That's an issue. Okay, Melissa, because you're going to lose that trial. Now, if you're paying for this already, fine, but this is not the free version. And maybe we discussed this already, but that's something to think about. And your photos need to have explanations. Also, we need to have, I can't get out of this, right? I have to go to another tab. So here's the question I have for you, Missy. I think you need to delete this page. I'm not sure these are yours. They look a little bit like stock. They don't look like the work that you have in your client galleries. And if that's the case, all that has to come out. I would delete this page, or at least hide it. Okay, I don't want to see it because it doesn't fit with the rest of your work. Okay. And we know that isn't working right now, so turn that off. You can have this, turn this off until everything is your original work. Make this smaller, just have one image, and I suggest it's this one. Probably, you can crop it here and bring this up a little bit, but that's what I would do. Okay, so I don't feel like this is your work. Only because it's very different from the work that I see on your page. Okay, from your gallery. These are photo sessions. But the main thing you want to do is open a Wix.com and maybe even try, you don't want to crop heads, okay? Okay, better, but make sure that we're not cropping anything. Okay, cute. Okay, so this is where you put your description, like maybe the lens you used, that kind of thing, all right? That's a great photo. And right here, all right? Okay, we just want to focus on your work. And yeah, go into Wix.com instead of Wix Studio. You may have to close this, definitely do, unless you're planning on paying for it, and I wouldn't, because you don't have to pay it. I would get the Wix.com. Okay, and then just, now that you have experience, just upload your work and don't have so many pages, all right? That should be easier for you to create, all right? Let's look at the mobile. Okay, that's going to go. Close up that gap. Close this up. you definitely want to be able to get back. This is going to a whole nother page without navigation. So these need to go. Yeah. And be careful of anything that is redundant. Okay, I mean, if there's, you know, something you actually can use, but if it's AI, that's going to be tricky for you. But no template images or AI images. No. Okay, just your work. All right. Set some time aside and start with ending your Wix Studio. But again, we may have talked about this already and maybe you're purchasing it, but how to close a Wix Studio account. You don't want them to charge you. Okay, so do that. All right. And then go to Wix.com only. So go very slowly and make sure you're selecting the right button. Okay. Again, if you plan on using it and paying for it, then just delete everything that isn't yours and try not cropping so much and make sure you've got navigation everywhere. All right. Okay, Nigel. All right, let's see. Let's remove this. It's not going anywhere. Move that button. This is good. It has your name and what you do, and that's all we need. You have a menu. I'm not a fan of ovals. They change with different screen sizes. I would rather it not be there. You know, just the button would be good. Okay, good. Nice and clean. Okay, good. You do need to link up to at least a LinkedIn. If you're a photographer, then probably an Instagram too. If this is your footer, it's a little deep, but we'll see. You do want to make sure this isn't on every page at the top. Okay, good. And so you have this, and you have your instructions, your directions there, your descriptions. Good. Capitalize Adobe Premiere Pro. They're going to, you know, that's important for branding. Their branding, it's required. Make sure you've got descriptions. Okay. And yeah, just want description, a little description for everything. But this is good. Just, you know, a couple of these things are good. Yeah, so you'll need descriptions. Let's see. Okay, good. You really have what you need. You know, maybe your portfolio, this may be a little much scrolling without information. I think if you had this and maybe 2 others, you know, that would be good, but try and make the full alignment here if you can, full screen. So this isn't in the middle with all the empty space, all right? But let's take a look at your mobile where it will look a little different. Okay. Okay. So check out all that. It could be that they're 2 large files to load and they're loading slowly. It could be they just didn't come over. It could be this is a gallery. All right. But the layout needs to be corrected there. Wait a minute, what did I just see? Make sure that this is not broken here. So bring that down here, cinematographer. And let's remove the search. Okay, let's move that. Okay, good. Sometimes when we get to the About Me, we need to take out, several lines because it's just too much scrolling. What may work on the desktop might not work there. Go ahead and do a spell check. But this is great legibility, super good. And this appears to be linked. It's a really good font. Okay. All right. Some buttons and things to go. Close that. A little bit about this. Okay. Great start. Great start. Everybody should still allow several hours to adjust for your upcoming edit, your revision in week 4. Might close this up just a little. It's a lot of white space there. All right. Nice work. Okay. Daryl, let's see what's going on up here. You have a slogan here, but what we need is your name and what you do. I get a clue when it says warn, but we need to be careful about that. Make sure everything is centered here if that's what you're doing. Legible font and contrast, I do like that. Okay, these are the kinds of things that you would have to fill out if you're going to have this sort of thing, or you need to hide that page, okay, because you have a lot of content that isn't actually there, and that's an issue for you when clients want to hire you, and you won't be able to give them your site because it would be incomplete. Let's see. So let's go to the About. A little space here. You might want to put it over to the side somewhere and bring this up so it's a little less scrolling to get to your content. And, this, like maybe you say, love yourself clothing, okay? And this might be on your contact page or someplace, right? Or your home page. This will have your name. If it's love yourself clothing, you wouldn't even have to put your name there because what you're doing is you're just focusing on clothes. And then if they want to know more about you, they can, look at that. So this, okay. But again, these things aren't actually there. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. You need to put descriptions in. If you do choose to sell, then you'll need a secure socket license from Wix. And yeah, all right. But all in all, it's still well organized. I will say that. But this is a placeholder. Take this out. This is linked. That's good. And social media, hopefully, is linking to a professional list for your clothing kind of thing. Okay, so you want this to be all about your clothes. So you might need another one to link to. Okay, create another one that's just for your clothes, if that's what your site is about. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see how it's working on mobile. Yeah, just put that up here. And you don't want to cover content. anywhere. That wouldn't go there. Okay. Center that. Put that here. Move that. And remove the search button. All right. Okay. Yeah, so you guys do have a little bit of time to make these revisions coming up. But do set the time aside. That makes it more fun and less stressful. It's not hard. It just needs a little bit of time. And in this case, quite a bit. You're going to have to go into everything or hide that page. And that's going to be a little tough because that's what you're showcasing. But you could show the work without selling it at this stage. Okay, but you can't have a link to a shopping page. Okay, let's see. We've got I think 2 more. So this lets us know what it is. If this is the company Shot in the Dark, and you're the founder. Right amount of content, easy to read, nice photo. Make sure you link to your professional sites. Take away all placeholders. Extend this box so that this comes up here, the text box. Just select the point and bring it out. Remove any placeholder text. Remove the privacy policy. You'll see that it's just a template. Okay. So you want to take that out. Accessibility statement you'll actually use. Probably want to select that box and extend it as well. This is a subscription, not a contact. And the copyright date needs to be updated also. So let's see how it's working. Okay. So I wasn't on the home page. A lot of white space. Let's remove that. We don't need a button to go an inch. Okay, so let's take all that out. Bring that up if you like. You may want to either left align or center this. Discovering more, again, it's just taking us down a little bit, which you have here. There's a lot of space for not a lot of content, but as long as there's not a lot of scrolling, make sure these are all your clients. The welcome is in kind of a funny place, all right? It can actually be eliminated. There's nothing there. So go into Pages and Menu and delete that page. That links if you like. Portfolio, links, yeah, you want to center that. And you're going to have a description. Okay. Describe this. A screen reader will read all those letters and numbers, all right? And you need a contact page. So what you want to do is go over here, and I'm not sure I showed this group yet how to do that, but you're going to go into your Pages and Menu here, and you're going to add a page. Let's say you don't have one, and remember it needs a form. So you're going to add a page, you come over here to contact, and then you're going to select the basic one so you don't have to remove placeholder images and things like that, right? So you're going to add that, and it's going to show up here, making it the same as this in all caps, done. got to have it last. So it's going to, in your case, come after your portfolio, and it's going to show up here. And it's going to be this page. And then this page, you're going to either remove this placeholder or you're going to put something in it. We do want to get into the contact. Something is there. There's something blocking this. Okay. We do want to get into your form right away. Remember, you're going to take this off, link that up, and link up at least a LinkedIn. All right? Take that out. Okay, so that's what you need. You do not need that. You can delete that page. And that then works. Take that space out. Now, let's see how the mobile is reacting to the layout. Okay, bringing that up, maybe a little bigger here. That's going to be gone. The buttons that aren't working so much, if you want to link that button to your portfolio page, but it's not right now. You might want to bold those so that they look like they have a little more hierarchy, making sure all of these have something to do with yours. And we don't have examples, so I'm not sure that you want those. This doesn't need to be here. Take that out. Take all the placeholder out. So after you adjust your desktop, your mobile will change, and then you check it again. Okay. Okay, that goes to your home page. So you don't need that page. You don't need that welcome page. And right now, the services is not linking. It seemed like it was linking in your desktop. And you'll need your contact page. Okay. Let's double check your desktop. I prefer not have, oh, here was the other thing. You've got to make your text black in your menu because I can't see it on every page for whatever reason. Somewhere it's not showing up. Okay, so it's working here, but it's not linked in your mobile. So double check that on your own phone. And then I look forward to seeing these updates. Yeah, should work really well. Okay. All right, Jared, let's take off this. We only want your site named that. We don't want to put it on your site. So take that off. Take out every placeholder. All of these come out. Update the footer. Link to one of your professional accounts. Okay. Your next image that you take, your next profile image, make sure you're not cropping anything. You can take this, select it, and extend that box a little bit to close this up just a little. Take all these out because there's nothing there. And no coming soon. The way, in case you don't know, the way you add a video is, let's say, let me just go here to the home page. I'm going to take that out and show you. This is the same. If you select that, it's the same as selecting this. It will pop open. Video and music, and then you're going to drag your YouTube video here and place it, and then you're going to go change video. You're going to go to the YouTube button, and you're going to make sure that your video is uploaded to your YouTube channel, and then you're going to pop your URL to that video here. Okay, and that will pop right in here. And then you'll need to make sure that you, everything should be fine here. Let's see. If you want to change a few things, but I wouldn't. It's not necessary. But you do need to add text, stay in the theme, and drag that over. So you're going to make sure that's where you're going to put your content, and you want to make sure that's either centered or aligned, however you're going to do it, but that's how you would load any videos, all right? Okay, I do need to know what you do here. It says short films, so say videographer up here. Okay. Take this strip out. Take this strip out. And only have your work here. But take this out, this out, this out, and do as I showed you to add your videos. Okay. Delete anything that's not real. Take this out, there's nothing there. Let's see, portfolio, you already have a gallery, so you only want one or the other, either a portfolio or a gallery. And if this is a video, then you're going to want to have video formatting like I showed you with the YouTube. This again needs to be moved so that it's at the end, right? So in your pages and menu, you're going to just move that to the end. Okay, let's look at your mobile. So you're going to have your name here and videographer. And a lot of this is going to change. Left align all this text. Take these out. A lot's going to change after you adjust your desktop. Okay, so again, take out everything that's not legit. Just keep your email and a professional social media link. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're going to remove some content there, some placeholders. All right. All right, everybody. You can be proud of the work that you've created in just a couple of weeks, and I hope you've learned some things, and now you'll receive feedback. This feedback, do sit down with it and take notes for yourself. You'll be required to submit a bulleted list, and you will receive a bulleted list from your peers, but it won't be the same as mine, and so you do want both of those to submit with your revision. So just go through and make notes of the things you need to do. And yeah, make sure you allow several hours. It's not hard, but if you don't allow time, it will be stressful. Okay, and it doesn't have to be. It could be fun. All right. Reach out if you have any questions, and I will be, in corresponding with you, and looking forward to your next iteration. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.